Have you ever noticed how some men walk into a room and instantly command attention without saying a single word? It's not their looks, their money, or their clothes. It's something invisible, something that radiates from their very presence. It's boundaries. Boundaries are what separate men who are respected from those who are used. They are the invisible lines that tell the world, this is who I am and this is what I will not tolerate. Most men don't have them. They bend, they please, they chase. And every time they do, a piece of their power disappears. But when a man develops unshakable boundaries, when he learns how to protect his time, energy, and emotions, he becomes magnetic. Women feel it. They sense his grounded energy, his control, his depth. And that's what draws high-value women, the kind who are emotionally intelligent, mature, and strong. In this video, you'll learn 6 powerful boundaries that not only protect your peace, but instantly attract high-value women. Each one comes from the Stoic principles that shaped men like Marcus Aurelius, men who didn't chase validation, but commanded respect by who they were. 1. The boundary of emotional control. A high-value woman doesn't fall for a man who reacts to everything. She falls for the man who stays calm when others lose control. Emotional control isn't about suppression. It's about mastery. It's knowing that your peace is sacred and no one deserves the power to disturb it. Imagine this. A man receives a rude text from a woman testing him. The average guy panics, overthinks, and replies emotionally. But the Stoic man? He breathes. He remembers that her behavior reflects her state, not his worth. So he doesn't chase, doesn't argue, doesn't explain. He simply withdraws his energy. And that silence speaks louder than words. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." When you master your reactions, you're no longer led by emotion. You lead emotion itself. Women feel this instantly. They feel safe around you because you don't get pulled into chaos. Your emotional balance tells her that you're not a boy chasing approval. You're a man grounded in self-respect. So remember, the first boundary isn't about keeping people out, it's about keeping your peace in. 2. The boundary of self-respect. There's a quiet dignity in a man who respects himself. You can see it in how he speaks, how he walks, how he says no without hesitation. Self-respect is the foundation of attraction. It's the standard that shapes every other boundary. Most men give it away. They tolerate disrespect because they're afraid to lose someone. But here's the truth. When you fear losing a woman more than losing yourself, you've already lost. A high-value woman doesn't want a man who obeys her every wish. She wants a man who honors himself first. When she tests you, she's not trying to destroy your ego. She's testing your strength. She wants to know, can you hold your ground when it's uncomfortable? Respect yourself enough to walk away from any situation where your value isn't recognized. You teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. And when you live by that rule, you no longer need to demand respect. Your energy commands it. In Stoicism, this is known as dignitas, the inner worth that cannot be given or taken by others. Guard it like your life depends on it, because your peace, purpose, and masculinity do. 3. The boundary of time. Time is a man's most sacred currency, and how you spend it tells the world what you value. High-value men treat their time like gold. Low-value men give it away to anyone who asks. When you're constantly available, always texting, always saying yes, you dilute your presence. Scarcity breeds value. The less accessible you are, the more people, especially women, value your attention. A high-value woman doesn't want a man who's always waiting around for her. She's drawn to a man with a mission, someone so focused on his goals that she has to earn his time. That's the secret. Your time is your filter. It separates the genuine from the superficial. Think of it like this. Every hour you waste on meaningless conversations is an hour you could have invested in your growth. Every minute spent chasing someone's approval is a minute stolen from your purpose. The Stoics believe that time is life itself. Seneca once said, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Guard your time fiercely. When you do, women sense that your world doesn't revolve around them. And ironically, that's exactly what makes them want to be part of it. 4. The boundary of energy. Energy is more valuable than money, because while money can be earned back, energy cannot. Every person, every conversation, every thought either fuels you or drains you. A man with strong boundaries knows this, and he protects his energy like it's sacred. You can feel when someone is emotionally expensive. They bring drama, chaos, constant complaints. A high-value man doesn't fight to change them. He simply withdraws. Because he knows that attention is energy and energy is power. Women are instinctively drawn to men whose energy feels stable. A grounded man doesn't chase highs or crumble during those. He moves through life with quiet power. When you conserve your energy, you become mysterious. When you're selective with who gets access to you, your presence becomes rare and therefore valuable. In Stoic philosophy, energy protection is about equanimity, inner steadiness. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Protect your mind from negativity. Protect your circle from chaos. And protect your path from distractions. Remember, every message you reply to, every argument you enter, every place you go, it's either adding to your power or draining it. Choose wisely, because the man who guards his energy guards his destiny, the boundary of independence. Nothing is more attractive than a man who doesn't need anyone to complete him. Independence isn't isolation, it's inner wholeness. It's knowing that your happiness, your peace, your confidence all come from within, not from validation or approval. Most men lose attraction the moment they make a woman their emotional oxygen. They start seeking permission instead of connection. But high-value women are drawn to men who stand tall even when they stand alone. A Stoic man understands that love is a choice, not a need. He doesn't cling. He shares his world but never gives it away. He enjoys connection but doesn't depend on it. This quiet independence tells a woman, "I desire you, but I don't depend on you." And that paradox creates attraction. Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." That's the heart of independence. You're not cold, you're centered. You're not distant, you're grounded. You don't chase, because you're already fulfilled. When a man radiates self-sufficiency, he becomes irresistible, because true independence isn't about rejecting love. It's about being strong enough to choose it freely, not desperately. 6. The boundary of purpose. Purpose is the ultimate boundary. It defines who you are, what you stand for, and where you're going. A man without purpose drifts. A man with purpose leads. And leadership in its purest form is magnetic. High-value women are drawn to men with direction, not because they want to follow, but because they respect strength and clarity. When you live by purpose, you become immovable. Your life has structure, meaning, and depth. Purpose keeps you from wasting time on shallow people and pointless drama. It gives your energy focus and your life momentum. The Stoics taught that fulfillment comes from virtue in action, living in alignment with what truly matters. Ask yourself, what do I serve? Because when you serve something greater than your ego, discipline, wisdom, growth, you stop living reactively and start living intentionally. A man with purpose doesn't chase women. He chases mastery. He builds, he contributes, he evolves. And in doing so, he naturally attracts women who align with his vision. Because purpose-driven energy is contagious, it inspires trust, safety, and admiration. When your life becomes a mission, love becomes a bonus, not a lifeline. And that's the mark of a Stoic man. Conclusion. When you live with strong boundaries, attraction starts chasing you. Boundaries aren't walls. They're mirrors reflecting your worth and discipline. A man who controls his emotions, guards his energy, and walks with purpose commands silent respect. Because true strength isn't about control, it's about self-control. Every no to what drains you is a yes to what builds you. Set your boundaries not to block the world, but to protect your peace. That's how you stop chasing approval and start living with purpose. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time,